2008 was another year in which Sinclair Knight Mertz lived up to its promise to achieve outstanding client success across a wide range of major global projects. Our success is due in no small part to the solid foundations laid by Bruce Sinclair and Jack Knight. This year, Jack joined Bruce on the Australian Honours List. Both Jack and Bruce are now members of the Order of Australia, and we salute their high achievement and meritorious service. This year in Western Australia's Pilbara, the capacity of the Port of Dampier was officially doubled. In less than 4 years, SKM, as engineering, procurement and construction management contractor, delivered a significantly enhanced facility. No small feat, considering Dampier was also achieving record iron ore exports during a major resources boom. This complex task was accomplished with an outstanding safety record. 5 million hours worked with no lost time injury. SKM delivered the project for our client Rio Tinto on budget and ahead of schedule, setting new benchmarks for engineering design and construction practices for heavy wharf projects. Meanwhile, for BHP Billiton, SKM is negotiating the biggest single contract in our history. Over the next 5 to 7 years, in joint venture with Fluor, SKM will embark on a program of work including mine, rail and port development. In South America, SKM has begun a major expansion in Chile of the Andina copper mine. The open pit is 4,000 metres above sea level and receives winter snowfalls of up to 7 metres. SKM is providing engineering, procurement and construction management services. The Andina project is due for completion in late 2009. Still in Chile, at the world's biggest underground copper mine, El Teniente, SKM has moved to the feasibility stage of a new mine-level project to extend the life of the mine by 50 years. SKM is also progressing towards opening an office in Lima, Peru, to service iron ore projects in Opaban and Cusco and copper mining at Tia Maria. 2008 also marked SKM's move into Brazil with a 2-year contract for multiple projects with Vale, the world's largest iron ore producer. Initial geothermal test results in Nicaragua have proved positive. Our Auckland geoscientists and drilling specialists at the San Jacinto Tizate site have demonstrated that the well can produce enough steam for about 16 megawatts of electricity, in addition to the existing 10 megawatts power plant that SKM helped to install in 2006. Meanwhile, work has progressed on another well that will deliver 23 megawatts of power. Project teams have spent the year putting the finishing touches to Queensland's new $1.2 billion desalination plant located at Tugun on the Gold Coast. SKM has had up to 140 people on the project across 18 operation centres and 8 different disciplines. In Sydney, design of the desalination plant south of Botany Bay is almost complete and construction is well underway. Tunnels are being bored through the sandstone of Cape Solander while a barge is operating offshore. At the height of the design stage, SKM had up to 80 people on the project. And on the northeast coast of Florida, SKM is part of a team with its Global Alliance partner Malcolm Perney, selected for a desalination project with potentially worldwide implications. Their task is to evaluate alternatives for a land or ship-based desalination facility and prepare preliminary design documents. The Copena Coast region of 11 cities and counties has agreed to develop a regional water supply plan based on desalination. 23 kilometres off the east coast of England, SKM is involved in construction of the world's biggest offshore wind farm, Greater Gabbard. 140 wind turbines like these from manufacturer Siemens will be installed across 2 shallow sandbanks. Connected to shore by an undersea cable network, they'll produce 500 megawatts of electricity, enough to power over 415,000 homes. First electricity will enter the UK supergrid by late 2009 through transformers that became redundant when a nuclear power station was deactivated. The UK government wants to see the equivalent of 50 Greater Gabbards built over the next 12 years to meet its renewable energy targets, an exciting prospect for SKM and its clients. In Auckland, New Zealand, SKM is making an impact with the first fully interactive land use model, part of a once-in-a-decade update of the region's transport strategy. Meanwhile, on Auckland's North Shore, SKM's long-term wastewater management program has moved into suburban catchments with minimal disruption to residents and traffic. Breakthrough in Brisbane as the Queensland capital's Boggo Road busway project achieved a milestone after 300 days tunnelling. The tunnel went beneath a heritage-listed jail, with the breakthrough occurring 2 weeks ahead of schedule. When completed in mid-2009, the busway will take up to 600 buses a day off surrounding roads. In Sydney, SKM is working on projects to improve the capacity and reliability of the city's rail network. Planning is underway to double or quadruple the tracks in crucial suburban sections. And in Perth, last December marked the opening of the interurban railway between Perth and Mandurah. SKM was part of the team that delivered the 70-kilometre double-track project through the city's southwestern suburbs. Corporate social responsibility within SKM took an important step forward this year with the formation of a CSR subcommittee. A major initiative was the celebration on August 8 of the United Nations Day in recognition of the world's Indigenous people. Part of SKM's range of initiatives includes partnering with Beacon Foundation to deliver sustainable job and housing creation projects like Something Concrete in Kununurra, Western Australia. At Lake Evella in Arnhem Land, Northern Territory, SKM worked with Engineers Without Borders to improve the water quality. SKM's work in international development underscores our commitment to deliver a positive and enduring impact on the world. In the southern Philippines, the Basic Education Assistance for Mindanao project, known as BEAM, is funded by the Australian and Philippine governments. Project managed by SKM, BEAM helps Indigenous and Muslim schools obtain Department of Education recognition. In the Solomon Islands, SKM is working on a regional aid mission to deliver more than 30 built environment infrastructure projects. SKM's team provides on-site education in all aspects of the process, from contracts and tenders to handover. The end goal is to provide sustainable infrastructure to improve the capabilities of the Solomon Islands. September 2008 marked another outstanding safety achievement for SKM. Our work with the ExxonMobil Asia Pacific Affiliates Retail Construction Program recorded 4 million hours worked free of lost time injury. This was achieved over 6 years in over 900 sites across 8 countries, speaking 5 languages across 6 time zones. In Queensland, SKM helped deliver the award-winning 27,000-seat Skilled Park Stadium ahead of time and under budget to host the opening game of the 2008 National Rugby League season. SKM applied innovative thinking and sustainable design principles. The result, a striking, robust, flexible facility with best practice environmental solutions for water conservation and lighting. SKM also developed a comprehensive transport management plan to achieve the client's desire for 80% of patrons to arrive by public transport. And finally, congratulations to Vaughan Gray from SKM Perth, a double award winner in 2008, Western Australian and National Young Professional Engineer of the Year.